Hello, so we are back with our next part of the chapter in which we are going to talk about water and its importance. Yes, we all know that all living things need water to live. It's a very basic thing which is needed. This is because why all the life processes which takes place, like taking in food to getting rid of waste, yes, we all require water. The human body is about 75% of water, and so it is that of a mouse also. A potato and a earthworm are about 80% of water. A tomato has 95% of water. Okay, we drink water, we take in water through drinks, varied drinks which we have, different drinks, fruit juices, milk, tea or coffee. So water is present in different forms. It is even present in the food. Yes, the food that we eat. So you all know that even the sources of water are many. Yes, as we call earth as a blue planet, you all know that the water which is present on the earth's surface is in a vast amount, but the whole water which is present can't be utilized by human being for its benefit. Okay, so in this particular topic we are going to talk about sources of water and their uses. You all know that around 70% of the earth's surface is captured with water, but all can't be available for the usage. Okay, almost 97% of the earth is formed or being captured by oceans and seas, but the water is too salty to be used for drinking purpose and for farming purposes. So only 0.01% is the water which can be used by living organisms. Okay, so the natural sources of water, broadly it can be divided into two types, that is surface water and the underground water, that is also known as the groundwater. So in this particular slide you can see what is surface water and what is groundwater. So surface water is the one which comprises water from rain and is found in large water bodies like lakes, rivers, oceans, seas and glaciers. All these are the surface water which is present on the land surface. Okay, now we all know that river gives us the water. Rivers, lakes, ponds provides us with fresh water as compared to oceans and seas provides us with salty water. So these water which is obtained from rivers, lakes and ponds can be utilized by human being in different ways. They can utilize them in a different form. We can utilize it for carrying out different processes, like electricity can be generated. As I've already told you, the electricity generated by water is known as hydro energy or hydroelectricity. Yes, the same way tidal power, that is the tides that comes in the sea, it is also used to produce electricity, and that is known as tidal power or ocean thermal energy. Okay, so these all are the ways by which we can utilize the surface water. Then groundwater is the one which is uh, formed due to the rain. Okay, the when rain occurs or rainwater when seeps through the soil and gets collected in the soil above the layer of the rocks, that is known as the groundwater. This water is safe for drinking. Yes, you all know that it is safe for drinking. We bore well and get the water through pumps which can be utilized for different things. It is being used for farming, even it can be used for drinking purpose. But the groundwater level is also decreasing day by day because of the selfishness of human being. We are using or utilizing it in anyhow, and the level of the groundwater is depleting day by day, and all of us are dependent on water. Yes, so the next topic is how are we dependent on water. Okay, so you all know that besides supporting life, water has many other role, many other uses. So if we think about it broadly, there are three main uses of water, that is industrial use, household and agricultural use. And as our country is an agricultural country, we need most of the water being utilized for the purpose of agriculture. Industries is the second most part where water has been utilized. Then it uses, these industries use water for extraction and refining of metals, production of paper, chemicals, oils and many other products. Okay, so these are the two places where most of the water is being utilized. Then along with that, we have many other household activities that are being done in which we use water. Yes, of course, every day we need it for taking bath, washing clothes, washing our utensils. So we all are using the water which is present on our earth very selfishly, and it's been getting depleted, or the amount of groundwater is going down day by day, and therefore we need to take care of it. Now in the picture you can see how the daily water use in the community is being done. It shows us only the household part. The around 43% of water is being utilized only to carry out the daily work that's been done in the household chores. Okay, the rest of the water has been utilized for industrial and agricultural purpose. You all know that in agriculture, for watering plants, irrigation process is being done. Fine. So that is also a way where water is being used for watering the plants or the crops. Then, as we have seen that if such amount of water is being used, what will happen if there will be no rain at in some of the year? Now that's been happening. You might have observed that these days the nature cycle have gone anyhow. There is no perfect or particular time been decided for a particular season. Actually, we have learned that every season is for 4 months. Yes, we have 4 months of winter season, rainy and summer season. But now the time, the cycle has almost changed because of human activities. So it may happen that sometimes it does not rain at all. So what will happen at that particular time? Of course, what condition will come up if it does not rain? The natural calamity which would occur is drought. There will be drought everywhere. There will be no water available, all the trees will die, the animals which are dependent on plants will die. Okay, the soil will become absolutely dry, and this will affect the plant life. Okay, there will be loss of vegetation and animal life, they will be affected. There will be scarcity of food, as plants will not be there. Who is going to make food for us? Water bodies like ponds, lakes, seasonal rivers, they will also dry out. The level of groundwater will deplete. Okay, so this will of course lead to scarcity of potable water also. Potable means drinking water, and this will all make our life uncomfortable. Okay, so such a natural calamity is known as drought and famine. Okay, but on the other hand, if it rains heavily, yes, it happens sometime that it rains heavily. Last year we have seen that there were floods everywhere. So this is again a natural calamity which is caused due to the change in the nature's cycle. And if it floods everywhere, or there is excess of rainwater, that may also lead to various problems, like it may lead to level of water, the rise of level of water in rivers and lakes. Then this water may spread over the coastal areas, submerging the plains where the people have been living. Yes, the houses will get drained in the water. Agricultural fields, towns, cities, and villages may also get submerged in water. They may damage the crops. Loss of property, loss of human life and animals occur in such situations. Aquatic life may also get affected, of course. They will come on the road and they'll die. So, of course, in both the conditions, the human life and the plant life and the animal or the living organisms are getting affected. So we need to think about the ways by which we can stop all these things. Okay, now the next part of it we will see in our next